let's see how to remove a specific item from an array. Okay, so let's say we have a fruits array which contains apple, banana, orange, and you can see the banana is been repeated twice. Okay, so first let's go with the traditional programming approach. Okay, so let's say constant, okay, omit fruit equal to apple. Let's go for apple. Okay, so let's run a for loop. Okay, uh, or what we can, yeah, let's run a for loop and then let I equal to 0 semicolon y0, because always the array index starts at 0. Okay, that's why we start with 0. Okay, so I less than fruits dot length. Okay, so either you can go for I less than fruits dot length or less than or equal to fruits dot length minus 1. Okay, I plus plus. Okay, right. So what we need to do is we need to take each and every item and then compare it with the omit fruit. Sorry, this is not the this one. Okay, so what we will do is if fruits square bracket of I not equal to omit fruit. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to create a new array. Okay, so let result equal to, let's keep it as a dummy array here. Okay, so let's push result dot push fruits square bracket of I. Alright, so remember here I removed this square bracket, which means I am removing it from the apple. Alright, so here let's console.log result. Alright, so now let's test the code node index.js. So you can see it has removed the apple from the array. Okay, for testing purpose let's go for banana. Okay, and then let's run the node.js. You can see now the banana is being removed. Okay, so this is the direct approach. So what we can do is we can use it as a function. We can move all these things to a function. Okay, so what we can do is let's create a function constant result equal to, okay, we'll call a function, we call the name of the function is using for loop. Okay, omit fruit, it's a function call. Okay, so function using for loop. Okay, so the name of the fruit here. Okay, so we'll just take this, or nothing we are doing actually, instead of writing as a global we are making it as a another function. Okay, so let's take it as a return. Okay, so ret dot push fruit square bracket of 0 and then let's return. Okay, it's the same thing. Okay, so if I run the same code I'll get the same values. Okay, but the difference here is we have moved everything inside a function. Alright, now let's go for the next method, which is using index of function. Okay, so this is option 1 using for loop. Okay, so just comment the whole code here so you can use it for reference. Right, now let's go for option 2 using index of, right. So let's say constant result equal to using index of, okay, omit fruit. The same thing, I'm just giving a new name function, that's it. Okay, so here let's create function using index of fruit. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to get these fruits, I need to search whether the index matches, and then if the index matches then I need to remove it. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to get the index first. Okay, so constant index equal to fruits dot index of fruit, okay, which is actually the the food that we need to omit. Okay, so this will give an index. Okay, now what I need to do is I need to splice it up. Okay, so what I will be doing is fruits dot splice index comma 1. Okay, so the delete count will be 1. Okay, so we have a disadvantage on this method, I'll tell you. Okay, first we'll confirm this. Okay, so let's go for apple console.log result. Okay, so I need to see the apple removed. Okay, sorry, I didn't run anything. Okay, so I'll just go for fruits. Right, yes. Okay, it's not result, it's fruits. Okay, so you can see here the apple is been removed. Okay, so this code is not constant, result is not required. Okay, so what is the disadvantage of this method is here if you have more than one occurrence it will remove only the first occurrence. Okay, banana, let's say banana. Okay, and then let's search for it. You can see it removes only the first occurrence. Okay, so what we need to do is in this case we need to capture the indices of each and every item and then splice it through it. Okay, so that will be the best method. Okay, so this will be the disadvantage. Okay, so this will be the disadvantages only first occurrence will be removed. Okay, so let's go for the next method where we collect all the indices and from the indices we will remove it. All right, so let's comment all these codes. Okay. Sorry. So let's comment all these codes. Let's go for option 3. Option 3, collect indices and splice. Okay, so this is a better another method. Okay, so let's call a function which is constant indices equal to collect indices. Okay, so we need to collect the indices. Okay, so what we'll do is let's create a function collect indices. Okay, so I need to find what are all the banana occurrences. Okay, so for let I equal to 0, I less than fruits dot length semicolon I plus plus. All right, so if fruits square bracket of I double equal to omit fruit. Okay, since it is a global variable this can be accessed inside this function also. Okay, so here what I need to do is I need to make it as a collect the index here. Okay, so what I will do is let's say that return is equal to, okay, return, we have a variable which we call it as return. Okay, so here ret dot push. Right. Okay, so this will give the indices means it's the occurrences. Okay, at which places it occurs. Okay, let's see that console dot log indices. All right, so let's clear this and then let's run node.js. You can see for banana it occurs in 1 and 5. Okay, so for apple it occurs only in 0. Okay, for orange, or let's go for grapes. Alright, so it occurs in 3. Okay, so now remove based on indices. Let's go for, okay, constant result equal to remove based on indices. Okay, indices. So let's create this function. Okay, function remove based on indices. All right, so here, so indices dot for each, indices dot for let's do like this. Okay, for let I is equal to 0, I less than indices dot length semicolon I plus plus. Okay, so here what I need to do is, so my index will be constant, index will be indices square bracket of I. Okay, so fruits dot splice index comma 1. Alright, so let's do this here, console dot log fruits. Okay, now we should be able to remove this grapes here. Okay, because our omit fruit is grapes here. Okay, let's try for bananas. Okay, right. Okay, there is nothing called as bananas. Go for banana. Alright, banana. Alright. So what happened here is, um, your index, once you remove this index, that's the first index. Okay, so the index of this banana has removed. Okay, so it's always a good practice when you run an array, you reverse it out. Okay, so what I will do is constant indices reversed equal to indices dot reverse. Yeah, so here indices reversed will remove both the values. You can see here now the both the values are removed. Okay, let me tell you again why it didn't work on the first case. Why? Because here we removed this banana 1. Okay, so this is the first position. If it is removed, this position which is at the 5th comes to 4th. Okay, so we what happens is it will look for the 5th position and it will not delete it. Okay, so that's the reason what we are doing now is we are reversing the whole indices what we got. Alright, so because of that my 5 it will first delete 5th, after that it will come and delete the first one. Okay, so that's the advantage. So you can use this code if you have multiple occurrences. Alright, comment out this code. This is option 3. Okay, so what do we do in real time? Okay, so there are so many inbuilt functions. We use those inbuilt functions of JavaScript to remove those occurrences. Okay, that's the simplest way we can go for it. Okay, so let's go for constant result equal to fruits dot for each. Okay, so we call it as a function. Again we'll go for JavaScript method itself. Okay, return fruit dot fruit not equal to omit fruit. Okay, let's go for, sorry, not for each, it's filter. Okay, so we are going to use a function which is called as filter. Okay, so console dot log result, so that will filter all the values except bananas. Okay, so what we are doing is we are asking the JavaScript to filter these values. Okay, so we saw about using filter. Okay, this is the most preferred. Okay, the next one is let's go for another option, option 5, using reverse for. Okay, so I would always recommend to go with this reverse for. Okay, because you know, you even if you are using filter, indirectly your it will run for loop. Okay, for that you can directly run a for loop. Okay, I always suggest to go with this kind of code. Okay, so for let I equal to fruits dot length semicolon I greater than or equal to 0, sorry, fruit dot length minus 1. Okay, I greater than or equal to 0, I minus minus. Alright, if fruits square bracket of I double equal to omit fruit, then fruits dot splice I comma 1. Okay, same thing, splice is to remove the specific occurrence. Okay, console dot log for my tx. Right, so let's run node index.js. You can see the same value here. Okay, if I go for apple, it has the same impact. Okay, apple is removed and banana is there. Okay, I recommend this one, but in development, okay, this is better. Okay, this looks more better if you are using filter. Okay, so there might be some other ways also. Okay, only I remember only those 5 ways I used in multiple cases. Okay, if there is anything, please kindly comment it out.